Today we are reacting to IGN's video that looks more at the open world of Forza Horizon 6. It is large, layered, and full of surprises. Let's find out what those are, shall we? Without further ado, let's dive into it.
Part of the way that we design Horizon games is we look at
Hello there, Torben.
how players received previous games, how it's like IGN talk about them when they're released, what it is that resonates,
It's not on
what
area.
is it that maybe looks like a really great idea on paper, but just doesn't get picked up when it's actually playable on the.
I hope they've done that in retrospective with Forza Horizon 5, because I'm pretty sure most Forza Horizon players would agree, at least those that played all the games in the series, that the fifth one is probably the weakest of the ones so far. But hey.
And the thing that we see again and again and again is that feeling of movement between spaces, and moving between a desert and a different kind of desert. That's a very ephemeral change. But
I feel like there could have been a bit more expressive with that. There's so many diverse landscapes in Horizon games, but no, this is how you go from a desert to a different type of desert. God damn it, Tor.
Moving from
many
the
Joels
suburbs
in
into
chat.
downtown, that is immediate. Coming out of an alley which is super narrow onto a 4-lane.
I am intrigued to see more of the city
immediate.
of 6.
And those super small scale changes create the sense that this map is rich and full of things to do. And I think that was
the Horizon 5 map didn't do that for me. Don't know about you guys, but the Horizon 5 map for me felt quite soulless. Visually stunning, but didn't have much substance.
an objective that we set out at the top of this game.
Haha, it's ad time. God damn it. One of these days I'll get YouTube Premium. But yeah, I think the one thing I'm hoping for from Horizon 6 is not just that the world looks visually stunning, but that it's actually, the map is purposeful. Like, it's not just big and beautiful for the sake of being big and beautiful. There's actually stuff to do. And considering, you know, I've just replayed the first Forza Horizon. The first Forza Horizon nails this on the head. Feels like every part of the map there's stuff to do, every part of the map is used. Didn't feel the same with Horizon 5, I've got to say. Anyway.
We've known for some time that Forza Horizon 6's Japan is Playground Games' largest and densest map to date.
I would hope so.
We've known too that Playground Games' version of Tokyo City is set to be the biggest urban space the team has ever made, and 5 times larger than Forza Horizon 5's Guanajuato. Seeing it in person, however, is something.
It's hard to really picture what 5 times larger than Guanajuato means until we see it for ourselves. Because you can have a city that is visually bigger, but if everything is like sort of copy-paste and it all looks the same, then it's just going to be boring to drive through. Tokyo is probably the most vibrant city in the world. So hopefully we get a little bit of that experience with 6. We haven't seen too much of the city yet. I hope we get a few more teasers before the game comes out. But from what we've seen in the clip so far, it looks nice and bright and vibrant and exciting. So let's hope the whole city is like that.
Else, and obviously extremely exciting. My own first showcase of the game in action featured a beaming red GR-GT, the cover car for Forza Horizon 6, threading its way from the map's southern end to the north, up through the outskirts of Tokyo City and onwards towards Japan's Alps. As with all previous Forza Horizon maps, this is not
I'm going to go back a little bit.
Of Tokyo City and onwards.
All of this is going to be drivable. I know that these are just fields with flowers in them.
Japan's Alps.
And obviously we need these sections of the map in every game, but this just seems to me like one of those open areas that during a race or a particular activity, you're just going to plow straight through the middle of it, like left to right on this screen, and not really care about what's around you. Because whilst this is very pretty, it doesn't look like there's much of interest here. Maybe this is just because it's out in the wild and there really is nothing to do here by design, but it doesn't fill me with hope.
Forza Horizon maps, this is not a one-to-one facsimile of any specific chunk of Japan. It's a greatest hits tour that captures the look and spirit of areas from
Roads are
all
huge,
over the
they are.
country, all bundled into a single racing sandbox.
Lack of ped cars, word feels lifeless. From what I understand, for a lot of this footage that IGN has sourced, they've turned the traffic down deliberately. So, yeah, it is frustrating that we're not seeing that yet, though, I will agree.
It is, without doubt, an excellent setting for a Forza Horizon game.
It's one of the first decisions we make. And it's historically one of the
obviously.
toughest decisions to make. Because,
You can't really build the open world until you know where you're going, can you? Bloody hell, Torben.
as you say, it informs everything. And there are many components to it that, I mean, Japan has been a location we've wanted to do and has been on our shortlist for a number of games. But I think this was the first time that we felt that we could take a shot at it.
I like that they feel they haven't been able to do Japan justice up to this point, and they now feel that they can. That hopefully means they've had ideas brewing for a long time about map size, map locations, certain roads, all of this sort of thing. Just quietly in the background, sort of had the, mocked something up really quickly and then filed it away. And now that they're working on Horizon 6, it's, time to, grab all those ideas that they've been, just had in the back of their minds for years and been able to put them into this game. If that's the case, I'm hoping that this game will be everything that we want it to be. But we'll see. They said seasons will come back. Yes, seasons are coming back, yes. It is very pretty.
The fear was healthy rather than an actual panicked response.
Yeah, and I guess in terms of, obviously each location offers kind of like new challenges and obviously new
Whoever recorded this didn't do a good job with the autofocus because his face is blurry as hell.
gameplay and new experiences.
Typical
but,
IGN.
For this one, Japan had a lot of challenges that we had to kind of figure out and I guess approach and try to solve. And that was kind of one of the things that, at least for myself, intrigued me to kind of like tackle Japan as a location.
One significant rule that the Playground team took specific care to abide by was the fact that simply transplanting the Horizon Festival to Japan and dusting their hands couldn't be enough. As highly desired as the location was, it could never be the only thing Forza Horizon 6 brought to the table. Happily, Elliot points out that the location does, in fact, give the team a lot of scope to make new features, which is something he cares deeply about.
A lot of the
Well, I mean, yes, I want them to make the most out of the Japan setting, but it should also feel like a Horizon game. By which I mean that the festival itself plays a central role. You get that proper festival feel. That's something I feel we haven't had for the last few Horizon games. The focus has moved further and further away from the fact that, hey, this is the Horizon Festival, and more to, hey, look at these pretty cars driving in these amazing environments. I've recently gone back and watched all of the trailers for the various Horizon games. Horizon 1, huge focus on the festival. Like, yes, the cars are doing funky things in the festival, but the festival is a huge part of it. Then you look at the trailer for, like, Horizon 5, and you could, unless you knew what Forza Horizon was, you would barely know that, Horizon is a festival, and that's why all these cars are here, and all these drivers. So I hope they bring more of that actual, festival feel back, because to me, at least, that was one of the big selling points of Horizon to me in the first instance with the first game. It wasn't just a car game. It was this merging, this fusion of, music and car culture and youth culture. And I hope we can return to that with this game a little bit.
discussions that we had all the way back in concept for this project were around, is it just Japan? Is it a previous game that is on a new map? And our games are never like that. We always
Horizon 5 was.
iterate, we always innovate, we always kind of introduce new features and push the game forward. So certainly from a design point of view, we were very careful and very aware of the fact that we needed to think about this as a game that was set in Japan rather than that being almost like a core part of what the game would be. Like, couldn't rely on it being Japan. We wanted this to be, I guess, the most innovative Forza game that we've made, the most exciting game, the game where we push on a bunch of different axes and generate these new features that players have been really excited about.
Yeah.
They're talking a lot about the new features, but I fear this is like almost hedging their bets in that saying, oh, we've put so much of the focus into, you know, making the most out of the Japan setting. You know, really doing our best to have game modes and lovely vistas and terrific driving roads. Almost as if to say, hey, the festival itself isn't as much of a focus. Again, I hope that's not the case. But through all of these IGN first videos, we've heard very little about the festival itself. Like, I know the festival is like an established part of the series. We know it's going to be in there. But still, it would be nice to see more of the festival grounds and, you know, how those... you know, the design of those, how that is going to be implanted into the world of Japan. Leaves me skeptical about how much of an impact the festival will have in the gameplay itself, but still, I remain hopeful.
And it's also in Japan.
And I guess the key thing for us, because Japan comes with so many expectations, and I guess everyone has their idea of what Japan is. So obviously, we had to look at those things like Tokyo
Pretty sure most people think Japan's a country, but go on.
City, what they expect, and obviously mountainous roads, which both offer huge challenges for our team technically and gameplay-wise. It was those things, and also we have the idea of, I guess, what people expect out of Japan, but it's also trying to find the things that will surprise and delight players, and things that people don't, you know, immediately think of Japan when they say it. And I think
I'm sure you could get a lot of that through in the design of like central Japan in particular. You know, it would be cool if, you know, driving through the city, you see onsens and temples and a lot of historic Japan in there. I like Japanese history. It's one of the things I nerd out about. So it would be nice to see some of those more historical things in the game, because I think there's a lot they can do there. But purely from a gameplay point of view, there's a reason why players have wanted the Horizon series to go to Japan for a very long time. It's because we want things like, you know, Fujimi Kaido in the open world. We expect them to do cool things in the city of Tokyo. We expect them to do cool things with like Tokyo Bay. And, you know, we want that. I can't remember the name of that crossing. That like popular crossing in Tokyo. The one that's in like Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift and plenty of other things. It'll be, we expect to see that Shibuya crossing. That's the one. We expect to see that, and you know, we expect them to hit all of these notes and have them available in an open world Horizon title. I think that's what the players want from a gameplay point of view. Anything they can add on top of that is a nice want, but I don't think is a thing as a player that we're like, we must have this. So yeah.
as all Horizons games, we always look for those.
Play at home Tokyo Imperial Palace, $50 million. Yeah. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing all the different homes and places we can have in Horizon 6. As one of the sort of the big new features, I'm sure that's an area that players will be very excited
Every
for.
location we look for that we choose, and yeah, this for Japan, it's no different. We kind of have those kind of nice surprises, and we've seen it with the footage we've shared so far. People are like, does that exist? Is this for real? And it, you know, everything it does exist in Japan, which is really exciting.
Hang on, didn't they literally say earlier in the video, hey, this is a video set in Japan, but you're not going to find any of this stuff like actually in Japan, it's just inspired by the country. To now this guy is saying, oh yeah, this actual thing is in Japan. I think in the space of like, what, 5 minutes? I'm not being stupid, am I? I'm pretty sure that's what they said, and they've just gone back on it. Guarantee we'll get to buy one of those half-stone, half-clean white pagoda roof castles. Oh, almost certainly.
Entering Tokyo City, I'm taken aback by just how vastly different it is to previous Horizon game urban spaces. This is
It looks more like a
spectacularly
city.
different from Guanajuato and Edinburgh. But that's not necessarily the pleasantly surprising part. Forza Horizon 3's modern and vertical surface paradise is the closest comparison, but the scale of Tokyo City is immensely more grand. Even skimming around the fringe of the city's heart and escaping via the raised freeway, it's clear that there is so much more to this.
Off to sleep, everyone. Good night. Thank you for the stream as well, Spiffy. Appreciate it, Zero. Hope you sleep well. Hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Until I see you next. And yeah, I hope to see you around here again soon. I will say, the one thing I am enjoying about these little showcases of Tokyo that we're getting so far is the verticality. You know, it's not just completely flat. You know, we have roads where you're going up, you're going down. Obviously, you've got the on and off ramps for the highway as well. I'm liking the verticality that we're seeing.
Tokyo City that has been typical of.
Although it is very weird to see this highway with no traffic on it, considering the traffic jams on the C1 loop are probably one of its most infamous parts of it. But hey,
Horizon games. The diversity of Tokyo City stems from the fact that even the city itself, which is regarded as a biome of its own in terms of the overall map, is further divided into 4 districts.
Good.
First, there are the suburbs. These are quiet and peaceful areas, packed with all the charm of a clean,
quiet and peaceful because there's no traffic? Hope not.
but cluttered, densely populated Japanese urban area. The roads, covered in bike lanes and school markings, stretch out beneath a spaghetti of chaotic cabling. Next, there's Tokyo City's dockyard, which promises to be an extremely popular destination for event lab creators.
I hope they do Tokyo Bay justice. There's so much promise for an area like that, and there's so much they can do. So I hope they do it justice. Is it poor taste to refer? a little Wolfie.
This is a large area that appears primarily filled with containers that the team promises they've placed ramps and elevated pathways around to facilitate the typical over-the-top.
We have seen some of those ramps in some of the images that they've shared. They did a teaser of, was it some Nissan cars? I'm gonna find this. Yeah, here it is. So this is a teaser image of all the, or some of the Nissan vehicles in Horizon 6. If you look in the background, we see a big, what looks like anyway, a big ass ramp. So yeah, I'm sure people are gonna go ham figuring out what jumps they can do off of those.
Driving and stunts we associate with the Forza Horizon games. The third district of Tokyo City is the industrial area, which is its own island reached by crossing the iconic Rainbow Bridge. The industrial district is also home to Forza Horizon 6's ode to the famous Daikoku parking area, the real-life 24-hour highway rest stop that attracts and hosts a regular stream of the coolest cars in Japan.
This is going to be such a cool place for car meets. You know, I'm one of those people that follows a lot of like sort of Japanese-related car media channels. And I see so many videos of, you know, night videos of people meeting in this Daikoku parking lot. So being able to do that virtually in Horizon 6 will be insane. I cannot wait. And yes, I have seen the video of Lewis Hamilton showing up there in the F40 during the GP weekend. He was living the good life there, wasn't he? Man.
And has become regarded as the best car park in the world. The team confirms this is definitely not the only car park in the game either. Apparently, there are a lot more. There's not always a feature.
Well, I mean, they're going to be great places for car meets, so I hope there is quite a few.
Tied to them, but alongside the reappearance of petrol stations on the map for the first time since Forza Horizon 3, they help the world feel more rich and authentic.
Christ. Is this Forza Horizon 3? This looks like a game made in 2001. What are these textures, man? I don't remember it looking this bad. Jesus Christ.
Car adjacent. The final district of Forza Horizon 6's Tokyo City is the downtown area, which contains not only the distinct neon elements of Shibuya and Akihabara,
there it is, Shibuya,
but also a clean and crisp
Akihabara.
Commercial.
It did look that bad. I swear Forza Horizon 1 looked better than that. That was awful.
And banking area, so even within this single district, there will be multiple different aesthetics. It's in the downtown area that Aseta notes you'll also see more in-world Horizon Festival branding presence, inspired by the sorts of banners and signage a real-world city would hang and display in certain ways if it were hosting an event like, say, the Olympic Games. This actually goes further than just helping the Horizon.
Okay, this is probably the first proper look we've got at the festival grounds. I'm not sure if the inner circle feels very festival-y, but I like the look of this. I do like the look of this here. It'll be interesting to hear how far this stretches for. Hello? Yeah,
Would you like pasta? I made it for Leon, but he's happy with the bread.
just keep it downstairs and I'll do it.
I'll just pop it like on the side or something.
Yeah, it's all right. I need to remind myself to cut that bit out of the video. Looks like I'm eating pasta tonight. But anyway. Yeah, so I like the look of this. It looks like it does stretch quite far. You guys probably can't see this. Ooh, let me hide the box. Yeah, there seems like there's like another stage in the background here. So hopefully this stretches quite far and gives, you know, a proper festival feel. But I'm liking the look of it.
Festival feel like a more authentic global event that has in fact descended upon Tokyo City and its surroundings. It also helps the team integrate people into the scenes while still keeping them safe from cars. As the team notes, cars and people don't play nice.
Really? Did that need to be said? God
And
damn
Forza
it.
Horizon is not GTA.
IGN off their head. Jesus Christ.
By having
man.
Horizon infrastructure within the city, though, Playground can keep people in there and safe from cars, but players can
Good.
still see a populated city.
I will say, like, again, if we go all the way back to Forza Horizon 1, Horizon 1 did a fantastic job of making a festival feel like a festival with all the people, all the stages, all the stuff around, without having that issue of, you know, being able to run people over, any of that. I will say, when you went out to, say, Carson or Red Rocks or any of those sort of areas, you didn't see people anymore. But whenever you went to a showcase event, a race event, you had the trailers. And with those trailers, you could see people preparing for this race event. You know, it might be the people that help you sign up for the event. I do hope that, in fact, the more I see of this city, the more we don't see many people around. It would be nice to see, for example, people on these balconies, people in sort of inside the shop of the, you know, the gas stations, for example. For the question is, how much of it is accessible? Most of the past festivals have just been set pieces that you can't reach. Yeah. I mean, I understand they don't want a situation where you can get into an area where, you know, they have put people there, etc. But it would be nice for... I feel like the past few games has been like a hard cut between sort of open world, you can drive practically anywhere, and festival grounds where there's so much of it that is like locked off and that you can't access. Jelly bean. I mean, they were jelly bean people, but at least there were people I could see. You know, lots of people have seen early in the city, but not much since. Yeah. See, look, we're driving through the city here. Ignore the fact there's no traffic. We don't see any people. At the very least, I would like to see people on balconies. You know? Nah, we like ads. What the hell is this advert? Oh, it's for pot noodle. That makes sense. I've got a few pot noodles in my cupboard. Jelly beans aren't people. Well, I would rather have jelly beans than nobody. You know?
For the first time in a Forza Horizon game, the team building the world itself has been split into two. One
I'll let them finish.
Tokyo City, and one for the remainder of the map.
Okay. On paper, fine, because that means the city is large enough that it needed its own dedicated team, which is a good thing. On the other hand, I do not want it to feel like when I drive from other parts of the map into the city that I'm in, like, two distinctly different games. I hope that they've been able to blend that well. Oh. How did I mute that?
Yeah, we have a team making our city specifically, and a lot of that is, it's our biggest city we've ever made. It is 5 times larger than the last city.
Somebody's told them to nail on this 5 times larger thing, haven't they? I feel like everybody we've heard from is like, it's 5 times larger, it's 5 times larger. Hopefully it'll be worthwhile.
We made in Guanajuato. And then Tokyo, just as a city itself, it's so layered and so detailed, much more than anything we've done in the past. And to make Tokyo City for Forza Horizon, we really need a dedicated team. It covers everything from roads, buildings, foliage, terrain.
16 times the detail. Oh wait, this is not Fallout 76. It does look more detailed. I'm glad they're not specifying by how much. Yeah.
Tokyo has all of it, where and almost equal parts in it. It's just such a big biome that, yeah.
Jesus Christ. If the best thing you can say about it is that it's big, it's probably better that you didn't say anything at all. I hope this isn't like a premonition that it's not going to be as good as we want it to be. You could have said anything. If the best adjective you could come up with is big, maybe it's just this guy is not used to being in front of camera. I'm gonna hope that that's the case.
It just kind of warranted its own team.
Driving around in Tokyo City, what strikes me is just how immersed I feel in a place.
Okay. Torben has said he feels very immersed in this. A big part of immersion is, you know, sound design, you know, the soundtrack, etc., which we don't know much about. But a big part of that immersion is it feels lived in. Considering the lack of traffic and the lack of people we've seen, I'm not sure it feels all that immersive yet. Hope it'll be good. Oh, I hope it'll be good too, Zealot. But it's not like I want to break it down line by line. But when they say things like, oh, this city feels really immersive, and the visuals they're showing just don't really match up with that, I feel like it's something we should shine a light on, you know. And yes, I remember that, Wolfie. I do remember Fuel. So, hopefully this is not a situation like that.
That's true of many of our biomes because of the
or marketing. Yeah, but I don't... Again, I don't want to, you know, connect everything back to the first Forza Horizon. But the very first Forza Horizon, they were... You could tell in their marketing, they were incredibly confident in what they'd made. And when the game came out, it was like, look, you can actually do all the things we said about. And it's actually immersive, and it's big, and it feels great. Whereas, let's fast forward to Horizon 5... They, again, were very positive, like, you're going to love this, blah, blah, blah. And it just didn't quite feel right. I feel like a lot of players did not connect with Horizon 5. What's actually new in 6? We have gone into some videos, we've done some reactions about some of the new stuff, such as the Horizon Rush events, some of the open world time attacks, open world drag races, etc. There are some new things in there. But, yeah, anyway, let's continue.
The way that your
Plus the return of wristbands.
lines of sight are constricted, but because it's the city, it feels radically different. I think one of the things that excited me when we had the first white box versions of the city that we could drive around in was just how it changed the way I drove around those white box roads. You find yourself doing a lot more technical driving, a lot more hard 90 turns. You're driving
I would expect so in Tokyo, yes.
a lot in the kind of B and A class of cars, which is quite a different experience to driving around the rest of the world. So when you enter Tokyo City, and they...
But I don't feel you would use a B or an A class car to do free roam stuff by choice. It's always been the case in Horizon games that if you have to do any free roam stuff, you're going to do it in your quickest car. So I'm not quite sure what is getting at here.
Just spinning through it on.
Unless there is a gameplay reason why you would want to do free roam in a B or an A class, which they're not telling us about yet. That could be intriguing, but again, it's not anything they're telling us about yet.
On one of the motorway links, your driving experience gears down.
Yes, these completely empty motorways.
With the slightly broader main roads and the quite narrow, because we've got some really narrow alleys through the city. It is a completely different driving experience.
They can't flop. I hope they don't flop. I am incredibly excited for Horizon 6. I've been a Horizon fan since the first one. So, yeah. I'm kind of curious why they chose a Celine S7. I mean, the Celine does have sort of a history with Horizon. You know, it's... I don't know if it's been in every Horizon game. It was definitely in the first one. I'm not sure if it was in 2. I also think part of it is probably Celine as a company being easier to deal with as opposed to a Honda or a Nissan, etc. in terms of having their car appear so much in these early gameplay videos. Long story short, in an old job, I briefly interacted with the team at Celine, and they were they were a joy to work with. Very, very easygoing. And I would imagine that the likes of a Honda or a Nissan or a Suzuki or whatever would be a bit more stringent. I wonder if the S5S Raptor will come back as a homage to FH1. I hope the S7 isn't the only Celine in the game. I do love Celine in general. I think their cars are great, but we shall see.
For Arceta, it's his favourite place on the map.
Tokyo City, Shibuya, it's awesome. Just
We've not seen any of Tokyo at night yet, have we? I would assume Tokyo would look at its best at night, with all the LEDs, the bright lights, the advertising boards, all of that.
being there. The team's done an amazing job, and like, yeah, this is our first real, I guess, city that we've ever done, and it feels like it. And that also, I love architecture, so it's easy to kind of just say that's my favorite. But yeah, I would say Tokyo City.
Outside of Tokyo City, Forza Horizon
Let's
6's
assist.
Japan is made up of 5 further biomes: the Japan Alps, the Highlands, low mountains, plains, and the coast.
So we've got snow, forest, coast. That's about it. I mean, I'm not expecting deserts. It's Tokyo at the end of the day. I wonder if there's going to be any sort of beach driving in this. It would not make sense with it being Tokyo. So I don't expect to see much, if any, sand in this. But I wonder if they're going to take sort of creative liberties with that.
The Alps are the highest point on the map,
Whoa.
and they're an area of permanent snow that reminds me a lot of Forza Horizon 3's
That's a... Oh,
Blizzard Mountain expansion.
okay.
The area includes a ski resort
I like the verticality.
with working
Perhaps in the winter the map can flood and we could do scuba diving. Jesus Christ. what-
chairlifts, and an interpretation of the Tateyama Kurobe Alpine route and its towering corridor of snow walls. Yes, you can
We
jump
have
over
seen
it.
that,
We
yes.
asked, and the playground
We can jump over this? Oh, dude. I'm all for that.
games team instantly obliged.
I'm saying we can jump over it. You guys know how much I crash. I can guarantee you the first time I try to jump over this gap, I'm going to just fall into the fall into the gap. But
We
we'll
asked,
see.
and the Playground Games team instantly obliged. Tokyo City seems tiny in the distance from the Alps, which seems fabulous for the sense of scale here. The Highlands is the next step down, which Arceta points out took a lot of inspiration from the Venus Line, or Venus Skyline as it's sometimes called, one of the most scenic driving roads in Japan. These
Those
rolling
type R.
hills appear draped in a sea of Suzuki grass. We're also promised cows, but we don't get to spot any today.
How are the cows going to be in the open world? Presumably they're going to be in an area where we can't interact with them. Otherwise, like... I know they don't want us to run over people, but... Are cows going to be in the fields like that we have access to? That seems like a strange idea. Miss the desert as obstacles. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to get any sort of deserty biomes or beachy biomes here. Might just run off and not be hittable. Yeah.
Next
perhaps.
are the low mountains, which Arceta describes as the transitory
This is the most exciting bit from a driving perspective, these sort of toge roads.
biome between all places, stitching the map together. This will be the home of toge racing through dense tree corridors and tunnels. He notes that he thinks there'll be more trees in this map than probably a few games combined, with the extra headroom now afforded by not shipping on previous generation consoles. Forza Horizon 6's
Interesting that they make a note of that. That they're really like this, hey, this is a next-gen Forza Horizon. We're making the most out of that. Ray tracing will cook that, probably. I mean, hey, we've already had a look at the specs that they've revealed to us, and they seem reasonable. They seem pretty good. Hopefully we can get a solid, 60 plus FPS. I mean, I'm only running at 1080 myself, so we're going to have smooth gameplay. I'm almost certain of that. But for people playing on higher resolutions, we shall see. Guaranteed the very first day we'll have people recreating initial D races with the right cars. Almost certainly, Wolfie. Hopefully they have all the cars in game for us to be able to do that. Considering it is a Horizon game in Japan, if they don't, people are going to be asking questions, but I hope they do.
Trees are rendered deep into the distance, which the team states is crucial to achieving the aesthetic of Japan, but couldn't be done before.
I tried everything. Coffee.
I tried everything. Is this from Playground Games? We tried everything to make this Horizon game the best so far.
There's the coast with its picturesque rock formations and ocean, and the plains, which are portions of rural Japan. We're shown a quaint shrine perched in the middle.
The beaches look pretty, but it doesn't look like we'll be able to do any beach driving. Hope 4K Ultra, 120 FPS. If you've got a 5090 and a 9950 X3D, maybe.
Of a soggy field. In this case, it's loomed over by a stretch of race Shinkansen track.
This is the first time they've made reference to the Shinkansen train. I can almost guarantee you one of the showcase races will be against the Shinkansen. Not quite sure how that will work, considering the Shinkansen goes quite a bit faster than most cars. But I feel like they will have missed a beat if there isn't a showcase event against the Shinkansen.
Ready for a bullet train to blaze over. The juxtaposition between the traditional
here we go.
and modern
Initial
worlds
D.
is an interesting one. It's important to note, however, that the map itself is not simply broken up into Tokyo City and 5 other zones. This time
GTR versus the train. I'm sure people would like that.
around, biomes are elevation-based, which Aseta explains is a totally different approach from past games, which typically slice the environment into separate chunks.
With that in mind, if the biomes are elevation-based, it should mean we have more natural changes between the different biomes. Which I'm not sure if we can really assess that until the game is live. Because in theory, if biomes are based on altitude, then it might be that, there are vast differences between, sprint race in this area map versus sprint race in this area map. But from like a realism point of view, I think it's a step forward.
That is, desert here, rainforest there, and so on.
Yeah, I think it makes this map super unique. Past biomes in past games were quite region locked or separated. Yes. We still have a few regions that exist in certain areas. So we have our Alps up in the north, and then we have our Tokyo City down in the south. But all the biomes that live along with those,
Oh, Tokyo City's in the south, mountains at the north. So, is it going to be the case where we can't actually exit the city from... you can't exit Tokyo City from all sides, because obviously you've got Tokyo Bay. And then mountains in the north. I'm hoping this isn't the case, but it seems like, just by what they've said, Tokyo City will be the lowest area of the map. And then it will probably be like all uphill up to where the Alpine region is. And it's just like a linear gradient from bottom of the map to top of the map. We'll see.
Our altitude base. It really changes how you experience the map. And we could only
I can't wait to drive down that ski resort.
do it this way because our map is so vertical. Like it's so elevated. And when we're doing our research on Japan, that elevation the biome just changed that way. So it's authentic, and it
Hang on. Those trees did not look great.
Changed that way. So it's authentic.
Considering the amount of them on the screen, it's not that bad, but also the texture in these mountains looks a bit flat to me. Still, they've got time to polish us.
And it really, I found that it made you stick to the roads, trying to explore this world because of that verticality.
According to Aseta, blending portions of the different biomes all over the map also made them more conscious about introducing subtle differences to define areas which otherwise sit under the same biome umbrella.
Good. Hopefully that'll mean the map feels more worthwhile to explore.
So we have plains, for an example, and those are dotted around actually all over the map. But it also got us thinking, well, how can we change these plains up in each kind of location? Sure, it's the same biome, but yeah, it just kind of led us to all these kind of micro nuanced changes within environments. So we have
Lot
our
of
low mountains, which is
verticality.
almost like the glue that kind of
Bridge we've not seen yet. Bit of off-road here.
ties all the biomes together. You're either transitioning up to the highlands, or you're going down to the plains, or you're going up to the...
I wonder how accessible Mount Fuji will be. I think it will remain a background asset, like something we can't actually access, but we'll always be able to see. Need someone to make me a video of these snowy trees with Skyrim ambient music in the background. It'd be good.
Alps, but you're always kind of traveling through low mountains. And there's one of the things that we wanted to tackle to just make sure to give each area its own identity. So if you're going up this one
You feel like we'll be able to get on top of Mount Fuji? I'm skeptical. We'll see.
road, it feels different from the one down south of the map.
It's the downhill stretch for the Playground Games team now, and it won't be long until the entire Forza Horizon community is unleashed upon the brand new world the crew
Just like in 5 on the Volcano. Fair? Fair? You
has
make a good-
crafted. Arceta can't wait to hear what players from Japan itself think of Forza Horizon 6.
For myself, and I've seen some of this with footage we've released, it's when someone from Japan plays the game, it's like, that looks like just down the street from me. You know, I've been here.
Well, I'd
And I
assume
think
so.
even if it's not a landmark, it's just a regular street, and that makes me super happy when people respond that way.
Elliot is in agreement, but would also love to hear that people from outside Japan find it immersive in their own ways.
I would love
hope
it
so.
if people who would love to go and live a year of their life in Japan
Me.
vicariously have that experience through
I
the thing
hope
that
so.
we've made. I still am delighted to find bits of Horizon 4's map, even though I worked so much on that game. Just yesterday, when I was setting up for us to start talking, I found a little farmhouse surrounded by cherry blossom trees on a little raised surface in the middle of some paddies quite close to the stadium. And I was just like, I saw a screenshot of it on someone else's screen. I said, okay, is that concept art? And they said, no, that's a place. I'm like, that is not a place. And they showed it to me. I'm like, wow. So
Good.
for me, I would say it's the little places where
If they're getting impressed to that extent, that's a good sign for us as players.
artists have obviously spent time and thought about what they're going to make there. And I can't wait to find all of those and look at all of them.
There's still content to come from IGN on Forza Horizon 6
Seems
throughout
like they
the
put a
rest
lot
of
of thoughts
March,
into it.
including a look at the game's new customization options, plus a close-up on seasons. So for more, stick with IGN.
Yeah, I think it was a good little breakdown of showing a bit more of the open world there. Again, approaching all of these videos from IGN with skepticism, of course. They are promotional in nature. They won't have been given, an exclusive unless they were to show these games in a good light. However, generally speaking, what they've said about the city, what they've shown of the more open world aspects of it, and they've kind of described the different biomes, how they'll work on an altitude basis, how they've planned some of the content around those factors. Looks good. Looks good. Oh no, it's not a new one. It's one from a few weeks ago, but we are only reacting to it on stream now. I feel jaded enough by Horizon that I won't be buying this. I'll be playing it on Game Pass. Fair enough, Wolfie. Well, if you are at all interested in Forza Horizon 6, we'll be playing it on its advanced access release date, May the 15th, live on stream. So if you haven't done already, be sure to follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Baffo663. In advance of that, we are doing a retrospective video on each of the past games in the Forza Horizon series. So be sure to subscribe over on the main channel, youtube.com/@Baffo663 if you're at all interested in those. And hey, if you want to watch more of these reactions to this pre-release Forza Horizon 6 content, be sure to follow us on this channel at Baffo TV. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys, and I hope to see you around here again real soon.